So you wrote, acted, produced, and directed The Gifts. What was the most fun hat to wear?
It was the first time I've been in the director's chair. I really, really enjoyed, I don't know whether it's because I'm a bit of a control freak, but I love being an actor, but you're responsible for one part of the machine. And so being across all elements of the machine was great. And I was crossing my fingers that I was going to love the experience because I knew that if I did, it would be the opportunity to do it again and again.
And is there some sort of creative fulfillment that you get from directing that you don't quite get from acting?
To kind of see something through from the very inception of the idea all the way to me sitting here talking to you now, it's a very special thing. It's hard work. It's probably the hardest work I've ever, non-physical labour that I've ever had to do in my life. But acting is a particular thing. Directing is a whole other beast. I loved it.
Why did you decide to start with a thriller?
I love thrillers. I was such a huge Hitchcock fan going through university, and I just love that subject matter when people are lying to each other and kind of causing damage, and I love the intrigue. And I like to go to the cinema to feel kind of on the edge of my seat. I wanted to create that feeling for myself.
Where do you start? Did you start with somebody that you knew like Gordo, or how do you get into the mindset for that kind of thing?
I start with an idea, and the idea has to have a good charge to it. And I felt like the idea of a man who's successful in life, 25 years out from school, suddenly sort of getting a tap on the shoulder from someone saying, "Hey, do you remember me?" Felt like a really, really interesting place to start a story, and a dark one.
How do you know if you've got a good twist? Do you test it with friends, or?
You got to kind of test that. I felt like this story is a thriller. It has all those surprise elements. It's a great mystery that unfolds carefully in a way that's quite frightening at times. But it's also about something kind of very valid to all of us, which is the kind of roles we play in life, whether we're somebody who handles life in a graceful fashion where we hold empathy for each other, or are we the kind of person who pushes other people aside in order to achieve what we want? And what were those roles we played at school, and how has that shaped the kind of person we are now?
One last question. Do you have any advice for actors who are aspiring to be directors, or people who are just trying to get into the business, period, or any advice that you've gotten that was very helpful for you along the way?
You can make anything in the kind of, your bedroom can be a studio. And the computer is there, the internet is there waiting for you to upload stuff, and there are consumers out there ready to watch it. I think that people in many ways don't have very many excuses, or less excuses nowadays, to not get started. If you want to be a writer, pick up a pen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.